The Arizona Cardinals have a budding star in young tight end Trey McBride, who broke out in the second half of the 2023 season and began showing flashes of top 5 tight end potential, forming a dominant connection with Kyler Murray that fans hope to see grow for years to come. Quickly becoming a face of the franchise, McBride has won a lot of fans over since he was drafted in 2022. Now, Arizona seems to have finally found their franchise caliber tight end. From growing up in a small town in Colorado to NFL stardom, Trey McBride's journey to this point is inspirational. Today, I'll do my very best to share it. Before we get too far, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. Trey McBride grew up in Fort Morgan, Colorado, a town of about 11,000 people. Trey is one of 5 kids, including a twin brother, that were raised by moms Kate and Jen. While attending Fort Morgan High School, Trey would dominate in 3 different sports, playing football, baseball, and basketball, holding all-time records for RBIs and home runs at his high school, as well as the points scored record in basketball. He would make all-state teams in all 3 sports, choosing to play football where he played both offense and defense, leading his team in sacks, tackles, and receptions as a junior. His final high school stats are insane. Over 1,700 yards, 23 touchdowns as a tight end, 361 rushing yards, as well as 3 touchdowns over the ground, 310 tackles, 14 sacks, 7 interceptions, and 6 blocked punts. All conference honors in all 4 years, all state as a junior and as a senior. Trey McBride would end up receiving a 3-star rank from 24/7 Sports as a tight end. Offers from Colorado, California, as well as more would ultimately be passed up as he would choose to stay close to home and join older brother Toby at Colorado State. His career with the Rams got off to a bit of a slow start. As a true freshman, he played in 12 games and caught just 7 passes for 89 total yards. He achieved first-team academic honors for both the state and the conference. The following season, Trey McBride would finally capture the starting job, ending up with 45 receptions for over 550 yards and 4 touchdowns. Good enough for 3rd place on the team. Before Trey McBride's junior season would begin, he would choose to enter the transfer portal. Very briefly, however, as he decided to remain with the Rams. As the COVID-19 pandemic hit, McBride's junior season would be cut down, as in 4 games, Trey would still put on a show. 22 receptions, 330 yards, and 4 touchdowns in 4 games. Additionally, he was the first Colorado State tight end ever to lead the team in points scored throughout a season. Yes, it's only 4 games. But McBride would return to CSU for 1 more year, hoping to attract more NFL interest and show that he can keep that same production level throughout a full season. And he would do just that. A team leading 1,121 yards and 1 touchdown on 90 receptions, which was 2nd in the entire Mountain West Conference, would result in Trey McBride becoming an All-American and a John Mackey Award winner. McBride had the most receiving yards in his Mackey season of any of the previous award winners, better than names like Kyle Pitts, Mark Andrews, and TJ Hawkinson. His 90 receptions ranked 1st among all tight ends in college football, and he was up there with names like Tank Dell, Jahan Dotson, and Drake London. Trey McBride's draft stock flew up, but there was still some skepticism. Ultimately, he would still be the first tight end off the board in the 2022 NFL Draft, as on day 2, with pick 55, the Arizona Cardinals would select McBride. It wasn't instantly well received, as you can see on your screen right now. The Cardinals had traded for Zach Ertz midway through the prior season, and given Steve Keim's reputation at draft time, Many fans were up in arms over McBride before he even stepped on the field, but they'd be won over pretty quickly. McBride, when he was drafted, would become the first player in NFL history to be raised by same-sex parents, saying that making it to the NFL could, quote, really be the platform to help change things and kind of shine a light on this, but really, it's just normal to me. Trey has shown this to be true. When this past spring, he sent a young boy a signed jersey. McBride said he hoped to be a bright spot and help out in a situation that he himself lived through. It was a moment that went viral, and I'll link an article about it in the description. In Trey McBride's rookie season, he would sit behind Zach Ertz for the first half until Ertz would tear his ACL. McBride didn't exactly take off, despite having the starting role. He finished the year with 29 receptions for 265 receiving yards with 1 touchdown. Heading into his sophomore year in the NFL, he once again was behind Zach Ertz, and he once again would be thrust into the starting spot following an injury to the veteran. This time, Ertz wouldn't have a job when he came back. Trey McBride became one of the few bright spots for an otherwise mediocre offense in the first 10 weeks of the season. However, the Cardinals franchise quarterback returned and Trey McBride broke out. In the first game with Kyler Murray back, Trey would become the first Cardinals tight end since Rob Awalt in 1989 to go over 100 yards in a single game. In 8 games with Kyler as the signal caller for the Cardinals, McBride caught 53 passes for 538 yards, which would have added up to 113 and 1,143 receiving yards over the course of a full season. His final stats for 2023 were 81 catches, 825 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He also carried me to a fantasy championship. Sure, it's a small sample size, but rather than being unsure of how he can back it up, I say that this is only the beginning for Trey McBride. Not much has gone right for the team in his first 2 years. Now he has finally got a full training camp as the tight end number 1, and with Kyler under center, their connection has grown a ton over the offseason. Less than half a season to go by, but it's still something to be encouraged by. Given the team's track record with tight ends over their long history, McBride has a chance to quickly become the franchise's best at the position. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you guys want to see next. I do have a couple big ones ready to come out very soon. Thank you guys for watching once again. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.